first chapter of your 11th, which is sets. Okay, so I know all of you must have already done some form of concept related to sets. So we'll just look at the concepts first, and then we'll move on to some advanced terms. Very good. So let's start with the basic need. Why do we actually need sets? Sir, why we are studying sets and all? So suppose if I'm saying, I hope everybody knows what is next, a set of natural numbers, what is set of real numbers. So just for definition's sake, I'll represent the way in which we write. Okay, so suppose if I'm writing any set of natural numbers, so I will write it in this bracket, curly brackets, and then I will start writing the elements and so on, right? Also, one element will be not repeated. Element cannot be repeated. So you cannot write n is equals to 1, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. So no element which should be repeated. If the set has an element repeated, then it will be mentioned only once. Okay. Also, this kind of set in which there are infinite numbers of elements, these are known as infinite set. Already we know these definition, infinite set. Okay, infinite set. And suppose if I have first 5 natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then when the set has a finite number of elements, this is known as finite set. Also, the number of elements of a set is known as cardinal number. Cardinal number of a set represented by small n means this is 5. Cardinal number of this set is 5. Okay, so these are the basic, just some basic recap of what you already know. Fine. Now again on the same question, that why do we actually need sets? Why is there so a big requirement of set, and why there is a separate chapter for sets, right? Now suppose if I've given you a question, in which I'm saying that you have to deal with a set, suppose set A, which has elements first 50 natural numbers. So what I will start writing? I will start writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till 50. Okay, this is the way of representing, right? Or suppose if I simply write, this is one of the way of representing. Or suppose if I simply write set of A is the set of first 50 natural numbers. Okay, or in other compact way, if I'm able to write, in compact way I'm able to write, then it will be easy for me, right? So set is basically sets. Why do we actually need? Set is a basically representation or collection of some items which can be easily shown, without saying that okay, A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 50. In maths, what do? We try to compact things and we'll start writing these in this form or in this form or in a compact. Understood? So suppose if I have to write the set in a compact way, if I have to write in a set of compact way, then what will be that way? Okay, so that is known as set builder form. Set builder form, right? This is the most used form of representation of set which will be used in maths. Why? Because this is a kind of a shortcut of representing any set, right? So I will show you the method in which we will write this, will represent us any set in the set builder form. Okay. So suppose you have a set of, I will write, first I will give an example, a set, let A be the set, a set of first 50 natural numbers. Okay. Now this is not that big to write, right? Now suppose there was a set which if I start writing about that set, it would be in 3 or 4 lines, right? But I want what? I want it to compact. I want the representation of this set to be a compact one. So what I'll write? I will write A is equals to, I will write X such that, I will tell what this X is, what is the meaning, X such that X belongs to natural numbers and X is less than equals to 50. Okay, I will show what this actually means, what is the actual individual thing means. Okay, so basically what is happening, this is a set A So what I have done, I have represented, I am saying that this set A contains an element X. All the elements of this set A can be represented as X. All the elements of A can be represented as X, right? Now, if I have said that it is X. Now, first what I have to do, I have to define what X is. I have to define what X is. By X is what? X is a car, X is a bike, X is a color, X is a number, X is a person, X is a place, or what? So first thing which I'll do, I will define this X. So this X is what? This X belongs to a predefined set which is natural number. We already have some predefined sets: natural number, real numbers, integers, rationals, irrationals, right? Okay, whole numbers. Fine. So this X belongs to a predefined set which is natural number. So now we understood that this X is not a color. This X is basically a number. And what kind of a number it is? It is a natural number. That means this X will start from which element? This X will start from which element? This X will start from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and then 7. Understood? Sir, can you please make me the host? Hello? Hello? Yeah, sir, can you please make me the host so that student, if they have any doubt, they can ask me?
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay.
So you are host, sir.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, see, so if you have any doubt, you have the chat box. Yes, you have any doubt, you have the chat box. You can write in the chat. Just only related to the doubt which I am talking about. Okay, not your personal doubts or anything. Fine. Okay. So now we have X is an element, and now we have to define. So this is defining the element. Defining the element. Defining the element X. Now I have given a definition to element X, that this X belongs to a set of natural number, not colors, not person, not human beings, not animals, not plants, or not anything, right? It belongs to natural number. So that means if I'm talking about X belongs to natural number, that means X must start from 1, then it will take next value 2, then it will take 3, then it will take 4, and so on, right? Now the next part is the ending of this set builder form, which is nothing but we will give a boundary to this set, because this is an infinite set. So now we will give a boundary to the elements, right? And why are we giving boundary to the elements? Because this element is countless. This element is infinite, because it is belonging to the set of natural numbers, right? So if I'll write it in roster form means just simply writing the elements. If you look at this compact form, see, this is a very compact form. If you look at this compact form, if you start writing, okay, 1, 2, 3, till which element? Till 50, and then you will stop. So this is okay for everyone. Fine. I want you to take out copies and pen. Don't just sit idle in your bed and just look at the screen. I want you to take a pen and copy and just write this form once. I want you to write this form, all of you, once, so that we will get familiar with this, and then I will give you more examples. Okay, first write this one completely from here till here. Just copy this part. This part is very important. Okay, this is set builder form and this is roster form. Fast. I'm giving you time, 1 minute. Okay, done. Very good. Done, everyone. Okay, now this one is easy. This one, sir, this one is very easy. This one we already know. We have already done this question. So let's do something else. Let's make it a little tricky. Just increase a notch a little bit. Okay. So let's try to write the set of first 5 even numbers. Let's try to write the set of first 5 even numbers in your set builder form. Okay. So I will give a name as even. I can give it a name as Amit. I can give it as name as Sumit. I can give it a name as Seekers, or anything. And this is the name of the set. Okay, so this set is represented by first 5 even numbers. First 5 even numbers. Okay, now this is not as simple as just writing x belongs to natural number and x is less than equals to 5 or something, right? So basically, which elements will come in this? The elements which will come, if you just look at this, the elements which will come in this set E will be first 5 even natural numbers. Natural numbers, natural numbers. First 5 even natural numbers. So which elements will come? 2. Then you will get 4. Then you will get 6. Then 8. Then 10. Okay. Now we have to represent these elements in set builder form. Now we have to represent these elements in set builder form. So I'll give you an example. I will define this one first, and then I will ask you to do some other example just based on this. Okay. So what I will do, I will say that, okay, this set has elements A. This set has element A. All the elements of this set can be represented by A. So this is A, this is A, this is A, this is A, this is A. Understood? Now what I have to do? I have to now define A. I have to define A. And define A. So how will I define A? That A is equals to 2 into N. A is equals to 2 into N. Right? Now, sir, what is this N? Now, what is this N? Now, A is equals to 2 and I have already defined. Now, what is this N? Now, I have taken an extra element. So, this is an extra element. Extra element. Now, I have to define this N because this is extra. We do not know what N is. From where does this N comes? So, now what I'll say, N belongs to a predefined set natural numbers. N belongs to a predefined set natural numbers, right? As soon as I have said this is natural numbers, what does A becomes now? N will start from which element? N will start from 1. So A will become 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 14, 20, 24 and so on, right? So that means A will take all even numbers. A will become even. A will become even natural number. Now again, this N does not have a boundary. This N does not have a boundary, right? Now there are two ways. Either you restrict N or you restrict the value of A. You can say that N should be less than equals to 5. You can say, sir, either I can restrict N. So N is less than equals to 5. So A will become what? A 1 into 1, 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 2, 6, 4 into 2, 8, and 5 into 2, 10. Simple, right? Or, sir, I can also restrict this A. I can also restrict this A. So I can say that A should not exceed 10. So either this or this. Anything is okay. You need not to mention both. Even if you mention both, it will not affect because both will give you the same answer. Okay. So if I will not look at this, then how will I proceed? How will I read this? How will, if you will give this program, if you give this in a program, how will you read this? Okay. So what will happen? This set E, okay, the program will read A, okay, what is A? A is an element of E. A is an element of set E. A is equals to 2N, okay, A is equals to 2N. Acha, what is N? N belongs to natural number, okay, so as the computer starts reading A as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 14, 20 and so on. But then computer moves on to the next part, which is that N should be less than equals to 5. So computer is instantly knows now that it is 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. This part is clear for everyone. If yes, then write yes. If no, then write no. Okay, you can just write in the chat so that I will understand and we'll move on to the next question. Just write 1 or yes if you have understood. Fast, fast, fast. Sir, still I'm not the host. Yes, I hope everybody is able to understand. Very good. I'm not able to see your chats, but it's okay. I pray to God that you have understood. Okay. Now, so now based on the same question, let's do a question. Something similar to this. Okay, so this we have represented first five natural numbers, first five even natural numbers, है ना? First five even natural numbers. So let's try a set in set builder form. Set for O. O is represented as set of first six odd natural numbers. First six odd natural numbers. है ना? Just see if you can write. Just I'll give you 2 minutes. Just write it down in the form of set builder. Okay, done. I hope. Yes. So let's see. So basically, they are talking about first six odd natural numbers. So in the roster form, what exactly we will get? We will get 1, we will get 3, we will get 5, we will get 7, we will get 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we will get 11. Right? We will get these. Right? Now, there must be two separate groups of students who must be doing in two separate ways. Okay, I'll explain both the ways. Both are completely fine. Okay, most of you must be knowing that any odd number can be represented either in the form of 2n plus 1 or in the form of 2n minus 1. These both will always represent odd numbers where n belongs to integer. Here the condition is that n belongs to integer. Right? So that means I will use this definition of odd numbers here also, because in last case what I used? In last case I used the definition any even number can be represented as 2n. So any odd number can be represented as 2n plus 1. Any odd number can be represented as 2n plus 1. Okay? So now can we use this one? Can we use this property, or can we use this form of representing odd numbers to represent it in the roster form? Let's check. Okay, let's try to write. So that means what we'll do, again we will write. Now I will write some other element. I will write this as C. So C means C is the element of the set O. C is the element of the set O. Now I have to define C. Okay. Now first I will take this. form. So what I will write, that C is equals to, now this is a defining part. So C is equals to, this is the defining part. C is equals to 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1. Now sir, what is n? Now what is n? See, first thing is that if I take n as natural number, there are two ways. First, I can take n as natural number. Okay. If n is natural number, from which will it start? It will start from which number? It will start from 1. So 2 into 1 plus 1 will become 3. Then n will take 2. Then 2 into 2 plus 1, it will become 5. Then it will take 3. 2 into 3 plus 1, it will become 7. Then 4. Right? But it will never be able to take this one value. To become 1, what should be the value of n? N should be 0. Right? So that means n should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Right? So that means which group of numbers does n belongs? Which specially defined, which predefined groups of numbers should n belong? Correct? N belongs to whole numbers. N belongs to whole numbers. Now, as soon as I have written n belongs to whole number, this starts giving, the C starts taking which value? C starts taking 1, then 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, then 13, 15, and so on till infinity, right? Why? Because this n does not have any, n does not have any boundary. This n does not have any boundary. So what I will do? I will do very one simple thing. I will just define a boundary for n. So that means n should be less than equals to, what should be the maximum value of n such that you will get 11. So n can take 5, 2 5s are 10 plus 1, 11, right? Can n be 6? 2 6 are 12 plus 1, 30. No. So n should be less than equals to 5. This one is okay for everyone. Just check this one. If we'll represent this, are we getting the same answer? Are we getting the same answer? Yes or no? Yes? Are bacha, yes or no? Are we getting the same answer? Have you written or not? Write in the chat. Yes. Okay. Vishal got the correct answer. Yes. Anybody has? Yes. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now I can see. Yes. Now it is interesting. Okay. I didn't understand the n. Okay. Now see. Why n less than 5? One of you have not understood why n less than 5. Okay. Khushi, see. If n belongs to whole number, then tell me first value of n will be what? First value of n will be what? N will be, Khushi, what will be the first value of n? Tell me fast. Write it. 0. Second will be 1. Third will be 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Yes, Khushi? Correct or not? This will keep on increasing. If I'll not write this, this will keep on increasing. Yes? Okay. Now the thing is, does your does the set has infinite number of elements? Does this have infinite number of elements? No. Till which element this has? Till which element this set is? This set is still 11, right? So that means when you are writing this, when you write an element of this set, you should still get till 11, right? So what should be the maximum value of n such that you will get 11? So let's see. So C should be 11 is equals to 2n plus 1. Then you will get 2 into 5. 2 5s so n will become n is equals to. So from here you will get n is equals to 5. Right? So that is why n should not be greater than 5. If n is greater than 5, then n this will become 6. If n is greater than 5, it will become 6. So this is 2 into 6, 12 plus 1, 13. So the next element will be 13, which we do not want. Understood? Now, so this part is understood. Khushi, I hope it. Yes, very good, excellent. So now let's see if you have taken this thing. If you have taken 2n minus 1. If you have taken 2n minus 1. Sir, this is okay. Now what about this one? Will this change anything? This will change one thing only. This will change one thing only. Now again I will represent C such that C is equals to 2n minus 1. Now this is 2n minus 1. Okay? This is 2n minus 1. Now let's see. N should be defined. Now n should be defined. If I define n as whole number, okay, if I define n as whole number, tell me first number will be 0. First n will be 0. So 2 into 0, 0. Minus 1 will be minus 1. So C will become minus 1. Does minus 1 is in this set? Is minus 1 in this set? No. Understood? So that means this n should not be 0. The next and let's check next. 1, 2 1s are 2, minus 1, 1. Yes, it is correct. 2 2s are 4, minus 1, 3. Yes. So that means n now belongs to which category? N now belongs to natural number. Very good. Natural numbers. And again, is this infinite set? Is this an infinite set? Sir, this is not an infinite set. What are you talking about? This is not an infinite set. So that means this should have a boundary. This is a finite set, right? What value of n should I keep so that I will get 11? What value of n should I keep so that I will get 11? Tell me. 6. Very good. So that, sorry, n should be less than equals to 6. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Most of you have understood, right? I think all of you have understood. N is less than or equal to 6. Then it contains 6 also. Okay. Now, one of you have asked one question that, sir, you are taking whole number, you are taking natural number. What will happen to the boundary if I will take integers? What will happen to the boundary if I will take integers? Let's say for this one only. For this one only, if this was C such that C is equals to 2n minus 1 such that n belongs to integers. Integers I or Z, anything you can write. Then what will be the boundary of n now? Tell me what will be the boundary of n? All of you think about it. What should be the boundary of n? Tell me what should be the boundary of n? All of you think about it. See, integers have which values? Integers have from which to which? Minus infinity to plus infinity. That means it will have 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3. Okay. Now, if I'll take any n as negative, suppose if I'll take minus 1, 2 minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 3. So, any negative n will give you what? Any negative n will give you what? Any negative n will give you a negative value, right? Also, we know that if n belongs to natural number, it should be less than equals to same. It should be less than equals to 6. But in the first example, if we have done, if n belongs to natural number, right, it should be less than equal to 6. It should be less than equal to 6. That means here what element it will take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? It will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is okay. This is fine. That means how many elements? 6 elements. Are these all elements contained in the set integers? Are these elements contained in the set integers? Are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contained in integers? Yes or no? Yes. They are contained. Fine. So what I will say? That n is less than equals to 6 and greater than equals to 1. That is simple. Simple. Because all these elements will be contained in an integer, so I will simply define that n is less than equal to 6 and greater than equal to 1. So out of all those integers, it will take only these values. Simple as that. Everybody understood? Everyone understood or not? Yes, 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 yes. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, let's take one more example. Okay, let's take one more example. So see, okay. Okay, so let's take an example of S. S is the set which S is defined as set of square of first 3 natural numbers. S is the set of squares of first 3 natural numbers. Okay, S is the set of squares of first 3 natural numbers. Okay, try to write this. Stalin, you do one thing. You write the set once again. You write this once again, and if and then you try to solve this one. Okay, you write this once again. If with your own hand, just write it in your copy. Don't just look at the sheet. Just write it once, and then you start doing the next question. I will explain the next question. I think it will be more than clear for you. Okay, fine. Very good. Very good. Very good, Stalin. Let's see. Done? Okay. Now write for this one. It's a very easy one. So let's see. S is equals to, let's say, small s. Very good, very good. Let's say this is small s such that small s is an element of capital S such that S is equals to n square. S is equals to n square. And what is n square? We have to define n square. And n is what? N belongs to natural number. n belongs to natural number and n is less than equals to 3. Gagandeep, very good, excellent, very good. Yes, we can take A, we can take B, we can take C, we can take T, we can take Nandita also, we can take your name also, we can write a name, we can write Amit also. Okay, so here if it is Nandita or Amit, here we will write Amit. And Amit is equals to n square. Okay, so this is an element, anything, this is just a name. Okay, very good, excellent. I hope you understood. Everyone, you understood, right? Okay, now this was the definition or the way in which we have written a set builder form. I hope everybody understood what is a set builder form is. So for different example, for different cases, we will have different sets in the set builder form. Okay, fine, very good. Okay, so now let's move on to the next part, which is a subset. I hope everybody knows what a subset is. So I will just simply define this just for the sake of definition. Subset, basically what happens, if suppose there is a set A and this set A has element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, suppose for example, and I'm taking any set, a cut out of this set A. So suppose I'm saying this is a set B. Okay, so what I will say that this set B is a subset of a set A. This set B is a subset of a set A. What does subset mean? Subset means that whatever elements will be in B, whatever elements are there in B have to be there in the set A, right? The set, suppose there is a set A and the representation, the notation will be that B is a subset of A, that B is a subset. This is the representation notation. C kind of this B is a subset of B. So this means B is a subset of A, right? So suppose A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A has elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then tell me, can B be 1, 3, 7? If B is a subset of A, can B be this set? Can B be this set? Why it cannot be this set? Because of one element. This is the culprit. This person, this 7 number is the problem. If this 7 number is removed, is now this the subset of A? Can this be B be the subset of A? Yes, very good. Fine. This is a very simple definition. You guys are very intelligent and you guys must have done this before. Okay, let's move on further. Okay, fine. Now the next is interval in which we will define a set. Intervals which you guys have already done, but even though we will just revise it once again. You guys have already done, but we'll just revise. Okay, interval in which the set is defined. So what does interval actually mean? So basically in maths you will see most of the time you will be having intervals, right? So the interval or the way in which the elements will be represented. So generally, suppose if I'm saying that x belongs to real numbers. So what I will do, I will represent this x on a number line. This is a number line. So midpoint I will mark as 0. Then I will write on right hand side I will mark 1, 2, 3 and so on. And the left hand side I will mark -1, -2, -3 and so on. Now do not ask, sir, why it is not plus on the right and minus on the right and plus on the left. By somebody who was studying maths from ages back, he has defined that on the right side, because it is right, right side I'm taking positive and left side I'm taking negative. It's just a notation. Okay, if suppose somebody starts writing negative on this side and positive on this side, and whole world starts writing negative on this side and positive on this side, it will be used. It will make no difference at all, right? But right now, because everybody is using this, so we will also use this. It is general, so we will use the general thing which everybody is following. Okay, fine. So now suppose on this number line, I'm saying that take all the elements from -1 to 1. From -1 to 1, such that 1 is included and on all sort of things. So this is what we will define in the intervals. Okay, so first kind of interval will be this. So suppose this is general number line, so I will represent as A as element A and B. Okay, so if I represent as A and B, X belongs to, X is an element. One more thing, one more very important thing. This is the symbol. This is the symbol used for an element. X belongs to, है ना? So this is the symbol which is used for element. So this is for element, है ना? And this is the symbol used for sets. B is a subset of A, है ना? Here this element will never be used for a set. This symbol will be used only for elements. So X belongs to this. Now what does this mean? This means this bracket means closed bracket. Closed bracket, है ना? And what does closed bracket means? Closed bracket means that this A will be included. This closed bracket means that A, small a, will be included. That means from where we will start? We will start from A, taking A, है ना? We will start from A and taking A also. This is also closed bracket. So we will move till B. We will move till B and we will take B also, right? So that means every element between A and B, including A and B. So this can be represented as every element between A and B, including A and B. A and B are also included, and every element between A and B will also be included, है ना? Being it integer, being it irrational, being it rational, every element between A and B, right? Because between any two numbers, we know there are infinitely countless number. There will be countless number, right? Infinite many numbers. So between A and B, every number will be taken, but in this case, A and B will also be taken. So this is known as closed bracket. Understood? This is okay. Now let's move on to the second form of a boundary. Okay. Now this was the closed this was closed. Closed means including. Now let's move on to the second form, which is open. One is closed, so other will be open. Yes, A and B. This is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, let's see. So suppose I'm saying X belongs to, X is an element belongs to which? A comma B. Now what kind of these sets known as? These sets are known as open set. Open or open boundary. Open boundary or open brackets. Right? These are open boundaries or open brackets. What does this mean? This means, and look at the way of I'm representing. Look at the way I'm representing. This means every element between A and B. Every element between A and B where A and B are not included. Every element between A and B are not included. Notice this thing. On A and B, I have made circle, empty circle. I have made an empty circle, है ना? And here I have made a filled circle. This is filled inside, right? Okay. So this is the difference. This means every element between A and B, every element between A and B, this is more than sufficient for you to write, where A and B are not included. I hope this part is clear. Yes, just check this one. Just check this one also. Those two definition. So we have defined what is closed bracket. We have defined what is open bracket. Right? Okay. Now, one rule of maths, that infinity or minus infinity will always be covered in open bracket. Right? So infinity will always be on the right side because it is the greatest number, and minus infinity will always be on the right side because it is the least. So infinity and minus infinity will always be. So suppose we have A to infinity, and suppose we have this thing. So infinity will always be marked in open bracket. Right? You cannot mark infinity as closed or minus infinity as closed. Okay, because there is no end to a number. There is no end. That is why we will always keep it closed, because it will keep on increasing, right? So this is just a notation in maths. Okay, just see this one, then we move on to the next one. Yes, very good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Now we have seen closed, we have seen open. So, sir, let's take the combination of all. Let's take the combination of both of them. Okay, let's take the combination. So, suppose we have number line. This is A, B. This is A, B. So, now suppose if I write X belongs to A and B. X belongs to A and B. This means what? Which one is included? Which one is included? A is included or B is included? B is included. Yes. And which one is excluded? A is excluded or B is excluded? A is excluded, right? So how will we represent? A as an open circle, not filled circle, to B as a this one, right? So this is basically representing all elements between A and B where A is not included and B is included, right? Where A is not included and B is included. Understood? This is the way of representing. Fine. This is okay for everyone. Okay. I hope this one I think you must have already done. Okay. If I'll change the sign, then it will simply mean that A will be included and B will be not included. If I change the brackets, okay. Fine. Everybody understood? Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's move on to, now this part is clear. Very good. So now let's move on to the next part, which is known as a Venn diagram. Very important part. Venn diagram. Venn diagram. The best way to represent intersection, union, or not intersection of two sets. And a Venn diagram is the best way of representing two or more sets. What is an intersection? What is the non-intersecting part, and so on. Okay. So, but before Venn diagram, first we will talk about a universal set. First, we will talk about a most important part of the Venn diagram, which is first is universal set. Universal set. Fine. So now the first thing is, what do you understand by universal set? Sir, universal set means whatever is contained in the universe is your universal set. No, that is not correct. Okay. Everything which is contained in the universal set is universe is not a universal set. And what is the actual definition of universal set is? It is the set which contains all the possible elements. This is a set which contains all the possible elements. Yes, all the possible elements of for a particular question. For a particular question, right? Suppose I'm saying define a universal set, universal sets, right? So these are three different questions, A, B, and C. These are the three different questions. In first question, I am talking about colors, or in first question, I am talking about red. In second question, I am talking about Maruti Swift. And in the third question, suppose I am talking about maths. Fine. So suppose in the first question, I'm talking about red. Second question, I'm talking about Maruti Swift, and the third question, I'm talking about maths. Now you will understand that here I'm talking about red. That means red is what? Red is a color. That means here universal set I can easily define as the color. A set of all colors. Right? Universal set will become set of all colors. Right? Here I'm defining a car. Here I'm having a car in a question, right? So what I can say, I can define a universal set as a set of all cars. And in the third case, I am having a subject. I am having a subject in the question. So I can define universal set as a set of all subjects. Everybody understood? I can define set of all colors. I can define set of universal set as a set of all cars. In the third question, I can define universal set as a set of all subjects. Easiest way. Now see, this universal set does not contain cars. This universal set does not contain cars. This universal set does not contain maths. And this universal set does not contain blue. Right? Understood the difference? Universal set does not mean everything under the world. Universal set only means whatever is related in that particular question. Understood? Everybody understood? Fine. Very good. So this is the basic meaning of universal set. So you can say that universal set for a particular question, a universal set generally represented by U for a particular question can be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes. For a particular question, universal set can contain only 4 elements. It should not be endless. It should not be countless. For a particular set, the universal set can be 4 elements only. There is no boundary to universal set and there is no limitation. I can say that these 4 are the elements of a universal set. Okay, all the sets made out of these universal set will contain all the 4 elements. So this part is okay. Fine. This is the first basic information about the Venn diagram. So now, how will you generally represent a universal set? How will you generally show a universal set? But universal set is a very stupid thing. It will be shown as a stupid box. A universal set will always be shown as a stupid box. Sir, this stupid box is a universal set. All the elements contained, I will keep it in this stupid box. Understood? Now suppose this universal set is this set only. This set has 1, 2, 3, 4. This set has universal set has a 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. I'm not talking about cars. I'm not talking about elephants. I'm not talking about donkeys. I'm not talking about dogs. I'm not talking about Bill. I'm not talking about Ambani. I'm only talking about 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fine. So where these 4 elements will be found, these 4 elements will be found within this universal set. They will not come outside. They will not come outside. They will be inside this universal set. They will be always inside this universal set. Now suppose I'm defining that there is a set A in the same question. I'm defining that there is a set A which contains 1 and 2. So suppose there were elements here scattered 1, 2, 3, and 4. These elements were scattered here in universal set. I'm saying there is a set A which contains 1 and 2. So where this set A will be, I will just mark inside this universal set this set. And this is what Venn diagram is all about. Inside a stupid box, we will simply make some circles or laddus or whatever you want to call them. And inside those laddu circles, we will just keep some elements, and that is the way of we represent any set inside a universal set. Or that is what we call as a Venn diagram. Okay, everybody understood this part? Universal set and the set inside it. Everybody understood or not? Say yes or no. Yes. Only Shakshi has understood, rest everybody has not understood. Yes, very good, very good, very good. This is very simple. I know you guys have already seen this part. Okay. So now let's see some more definition based on this universal set, or the Venn diagram. Okay. Now let's take a universal set contains the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. Let's take some elements. Okay. So this box is a universal set. And in this, I am defining a set A which contains 1, 2, and 3, and a set B which contains 5, 6, and 7, and 1. 5, 6, 7, and 1. Okay. So these all elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be scattered inside this universal box. Okay. So before writing all these elements, just so that I won't make a mess out of it, I will first make set A. So set A has elements 1, 2, and 3. Fine. And set B has which elements? Set B has 1, 5, 6, 7. Set B has 1, 5, 6, 7. Now 1 is included in A and 1 is included in B. Okay, but in universal set also, because it is a set. And remember, in a set I already told you that element we will not write again. So same will be the property with this Venn diagram also. So 1 will be represented once because it is same element. So 1 will be shared by A and 1 will be shared by the set B. 1 will be shared by A and 1 will also be shared by a set B. But set B has which extra elements? 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Now think about it. Is there any element left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 is left out. 4 is not included in this set. 4 is not included in this set. So 4 will be outside, floating outside. 4 is a free person. He is not contained by any set. So 4 will float outside of these two sets. Understood this part? So what basically this is what Venn diagram is. Now what we will do, we will represent different section, and we'll give them some different names. We will give them different names. Okay, so this part is everybody understood? Okay, now we'll go to the nomenclature. We'll write some names based on this. Okay, fine, very good. So let's see. So suppose okay, so we have these two sets. We have these two sets. This is set 1. Let's say this set A, and let's take this as set B. Let's take this as set B. Okay, this is set A and this is set B. Fine. Okay. Now the first thing is okay. The first thing is what I will represent is the intersection part. The part where the elements which are contained in set A and the elements which are contained in set B. Okay. So what does this set means? This part, this area, this region means the elements contained by A and B. The elements which are contained by A as well as B. So this will be represented by A intersection B. This region will be represented by A intersection B. Everybody understood? This region will be represented by A intersection B. Just a common notation, represented by A intersection B. Okay. This whole part, right? This whole part where A is, this is set A. I know if I'll remove this, only this thing, this is set A, and if I'll remove everything, this will be set B. So see, set A is containing some part of A intersection B. So set A, you can say that there is some part in set A which is also belonging to B, right? So that means this part belongs to set A and set B also. So what I will do, I will show a region, I will show a region which is this, and I will say that this is only A. This region is only A. What does only A means? Only A means it does not contain element of any other set. It is single. It is simple. That set only. It does not contain any element from any other set. So if this is only A, so why B should be left alone? So what is this part known as? This part is known as only B. This part is known as only. I will represent it with other color. So this part is known as only B. Right? So this part is known as only. So this is only A, this is A intersection B, and this is only B. Everybody understood these three regions? These three regions you already know. I know you guys already know, right? Also, combining all those, combining this whole part, combining this whole shaded region, what we will call this whole shaded region, this whole part will be known as A union B. Why? This is the element which contains in A also, and this is these are the part which contain in B. So A union B, right? So A union B comprises of what? A union B comprises of only A intersection B, and only B, right? So A union B is equals to only A plus A intersection B plus only B, right? Now see, one more thing. Let's suppose if I had to write A union B as A union B is nothing but A plus B, right? If I have included A and if I have included B, tell me there is one thing which is counted two times. There is one thing which is counted two times. Which region is that? If I write A union B as A plus B, which region is counted two times? If I write A union B as A plus B, then which region is counted two times? Intersection. So what I have to do, if I've included intersection two times, then what will I do? I will subtract intersection once. I will subtract intersection once. But if intersection I've counted two times, so I will subtract it once. So now what is happening? This part plus this part. Now this part was counted two times, so this will be subtracted. So now this becomes. So this total thing is A plus B minus A intersection. But this part is okay. Till here everything is fine. Till here everything is fine. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Okay, fine. Now see, this was when we are actually defining A, B, intersection B and all set. है ना? The next definition is complement. So the next definition is complement. Complement. Complement of a set. Complement of a set. Now see, suppose you have a universal set and you have a set A. You have a set A. Now this set A is contained by these elements and some elements will be left outside. Some elements will be left outside, right? So what is happening? We will define A. We have already defined A. So I have a word, I have a name for this area. I have a name for this region. But what name do I have for this part? What name do I have for this part? So what I will give this part as, the name of this part I will give as A complement. That means this is that part which is not A. So A complement simply means the part except A. This A complement, simply A complement is represented by A dash. So A dash will be simply means the part except A. Every part of this universal set except A. Understood? This part is okay, fine. So suppose this part is fine, complement, yes, okay. So now if I move on to the previous one, tell me, think about it. If so, A complement, yes, correct, very good, very good. Sagar has also said that, sir, A complement is nothing but universal set minus A. This is exactly perfectly correct. In mathematical terms, you can say this is correct. Understood? A complement is nothing but universal set minus. Very good, very good, very good, Sagar. Okay. So now what will be this region, this ocean? What will we call this region? Tell me. If this region is, what will you call this region? This will be A union B complement. Can I say this is A union B complement? Can I say this region is nothing but A union B complement? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Very good. Very good. Okay. So this everybody is able to understand. Very good. So I will show the slides from first page once again. I will show the slides from first page once again. And I want you to take the snapshot and just revise them. And all the things which I taught are from sets, first chapter of your NCERT. Okay. Fine. The remaining we will do in the next class, in which we will increase the number of sets. So this is 2. We will see some more basic definition of related to Venn diagram. Okay. Fine. Very good. Yes, Stalin, very good. It is AU minus AU. Very good. This is correct. I think this is what I've been told, that we will have a class tomorrow also. So I hope so. We will have a class, Jivita. So. And this was very basic class. This the thing which we have taught you today, we have already done. Tomorrow we will be doing something more interesting. If we have a class tomorrow we will be doing something which you have not done before this. We will start with relations. What is relation? What are the sets? What are the combination and all that? So tomorrow's class will be very interesting, and it will be. Yeah, you have to keep separate book formats. No, bache, quadratic equation is not over. No, it has just begun. Quadratic equation has just begun. It is a very, very big chapter. So, but this part was also important because you missed this part. So that is why we are doing this part also. We will resume quadratic equation from Monday, and tomorrow we will just finish out whatever has been already done. I hope you guys are studying at home. Yes, not just enjoying your holidays. Yes, Nandita. Okay. Yes, very good, very good. because 11th class is the more important class than 12th. If you have started study for 11th, 12th will become very easy for you guys, believe me. Okay, I'll give you my contact details. Right? So basically, my name is Amit. Okay, I'm from IIT Kanpur. Okay, so I have started teaching from last 2 years. So this is my number 98181733952. This is my number. This is my WhatsApp number. Okay, so basically any doubts you have related to maths, not related to personal life, any doubts you have related to maths, you can just take a photo, a pic of that, and you just give me a WhatsApp message. Don't call me because I might not pick the call, but whenever I see your message, whenever I have time, I will give the reply. Okay, so take this, fine. Okay, that's all for today's class. We'll meet tomorrow if hope so. Otherwise, on Monday for sure. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.